So yesterday we looked at flexibility, right? And a bunch of different things, whether it's shoulders or hamstrings. One of the biggest things you'll come across, and one of the biggest ways you can like provide value for people, or if you're looking to get clients, the best way to get clients is to look at what their needs are. Okay, so one big thing that people always struggle with, and we talked about personal trainers focusing on why do you need flexibility? What are the different tests you can do to evaluate flexibility? And that's because usually when someone's inflexible, what happens? They get injured. That's why their back hurts. That's why their shoulder hurts. They don't have the mobility and flexibility. So if you want to get clients, look for those people and look for those things that people need, and then put something out there to provide value for them. The warm-up and also the lesson are two different people. One guy, his name is Joe DeFranco, probably one of the best performance coaches out there. And then the other one is the Overtime Athletes, Chris Barnard. We've seen videos on them. And what they've done is put together like different routines that become very popular, and then they name them and they brand them. And then people are like, hey, have you done, so the two we're gonna look at today are the Agile 8 and then the OTA shoulder mobility routine. All right, so we're gonna go through how they do those and what they've addressed in doing those. And then basically what you guys are gonna do is create your own based on within your groups, the things that you either need personally, or I got a list of things that you'll be able to do when I show you the project. All right, so we're gonna go through what those two videos look like right now, and then we'll get into we'll kind of go through practice, and then we'll get into the project. All right, so this is gonna be our project using those resources and those examples that we just did. We're basically gonna replicate our own versions of those and make our own. All right, so in our health and fitness, unit 3, at the bottom you'll see that Project Fix It Flexibility Mobility folder. All right, in there you will see our project outline. Go ahead and click on that. All right, so kind of went over this to begin with, but the best way to attract clients is to offer people perceived value. That value is different for everybody. All right, but as long as you can make something or create something that establishes those or fixes those needs that they have, all right, you're going to have them as a client. All right, pain due to poor flexibility, mobility, and past injuries is a big reason that people, or a big need that people have. So in this project, you're going to design a routine that addresses one of those concerns. You can see what those choices you get to have are. And these are ones you're going to see all the time. Tight hamstrings, right, Caleb?
Yeah.
Tight hamstrings, low back pain, which again usually is tight hips, hamstrings, or a combination of the multiple things, shin splints or shoulder pain due to mobility. So within your group, you're going to be able to choose those, which ones you're going to do. All right, in groups of 2, only 3 if we have an odd number of people. You guys are going to decide, first and foremost, a specific muscle or area of the body that you need help with. All right, and you're going to describe why you chose this, how it's going to fix the issue, and what muscles and joints are involved. You're going to research 3 to 5 movements, stretches, or mobility exercises that will target that area that you're trying to improve. It can be, I mean, as you guys saw, it's a combination of static holds. Using implements like the PVC pipe. We didn't do the roller, but in his Limber 11 or Agile 8, rolling out to begin with. So it can be a combination of all those things. It doesn't just have to be static holds. All right, you're gonna put them together into a routine, kind of like we just did. Things to think about. How many sets of each? How many reps of each? How long to hold each? What's the exercise order? What's the length of the routine you want? Is this something that you're going to have people do every day at home? Do you want to add it in as their warm-up? Again, I've heard a couple of people say they want, I think Cole, Caleb, I think it would be great for you before you, especially on leg days, to have some sort of leg routine to start working on those hamstrings. And put those in at the beginning as a warm-up or at the end as one of your exercises for prehab. All right. Again, this sounds stupid, but create a catchy name for it. You're really not going to know until you know like how many exercise, what it's really doing, but try to create a catchy name for it that's going to catch people's attention, that it's also easier to have say, hey, we're going to do the Agile 8 today, and saying, oh, I'm going to have you do these 8 exercises and name them off. It kind of just becomes a thing that you do in a routine. All right, and then we're going to make a tutorial video. We've done videos, so we're going to use those video skills that we have. We're going to do a short write-up or blog, kind of like he had there, that caught that attention, that explains it in writing. So now we're addressing visual learners and people that, not kinesthetic, well, the audio and visual learners, so you'll be able to read it and watch it. And then last but not least, you're going to teach the routine to the class for presentations. All right? So this is going to take us right up to Christmas, guys. We're not doing this all at once. We're going to have our lesson time will be working on this with your group. Okay, so each section will have a given day. All right, so basically, research and development. All right, our total project's 100 points. Due date's going to be December 2nd. So this Friday, our research and development is going to be due. All right, that's 15 points. On Monday, we're going to have that blog write-up with the name of it. Obviously, you need the name of it when we write it in there. So that'll be due at the end of the day on Monday, so we'll work on it during the day on Monday. On Wednesday, the beginning of class, your tutorial video will be done. So we'll work on that on Tuesday and also take the class through it on Wednesday. It's also why I didn't want to do the Christmas party on Wednesday.